Okay. Yeah. So yeah, good morning everyone. So today I'll start with the topic like what is a class and what is an object. Okay. So try to concentrate here. So what is a class? Any idea?
Class is like a blueprint for it.
What is a blueprint?
Like it is not original. For example, when you take imagination.
So blueprint is nothing but a plan, right? If you take a so if you want to construct any house, first initially we'll go with the plan. So here this is the entry, hall, kitchen, bedroom, some so on. So like blueprint is nothing but it's a plan. Like we can't see that blueprint, right? So blueprint is nothing but a plan to a building. So before constructing any buildings, we'll go with the plan. Based on the plan, we'll construct that. So if you see in a generic term, so if you concentrate here. So 1 second, let me share my screen. Okay. So see, what is a class? A class is like a blueprint. So or else we can say simply like class is a logical representation. Logical thing is means logical thing we can't see. Physical thing only we can see, right? So class is nothing but a logical representation, or else it's like a blueprint of a specific object. Okay, so if you take an object, so a class is nothing but a blueprint of that specific object. So what we call it as an object, it contains attribute and features. See, a class is like a blueprint of a specific object. Object should contain attributes and features. What is an attribute? If you take car as an example, see, I just written an example as a car. See, car have like tires, wheels, doors, all these properties. By combining all these things, we can call it as a car. What is the feature of a wheel? To run, right? What is the feature of a steering? To move left or right, to navigate to the left and right, so to move the direction. So what is the feature of a door? To open and close, right? Similar, like see, an object contains attribute and features, then only we call it as an object, right? Then a class is like a blueprint of an object. Similar, like let's say attribute is nothing but like a properties only. So let's say we call it as an attribute in a generic term. So if interviewer might ask you what is a class, so an object that contain attributes and methods. So the blueprint of that object we can tell anyway. So in a simple way, I write it like class is a blueprint of a specific object. Forget about this. So till here, if you tell, that is fine. But what we call it as an object, it has some features or characteristics, right? Attribute is nothing but features of that object. So wheel is an object. Let's say, what is the use of that wheel? To run. Okay, from to move from one place to another, we should use that wheel. That moving is nothing but a feature of that wheel, but wheel is an object, right? Got it? So if you're not getting any point, just ask me. So I'll repeat that. So very important class, and definitely they'll ask you the questions. Okay, what is an object or what is a class? What is the use of a class? Even though it is a generic definition, so you should explain an interview saying like, for example, take a car. Car has some features or attribute objects, or we can call it as the features, okay, for your understanding. Wheels, tires, seats, all these lights, these are all objects. We can see object. We can see if you have an object. Object in that this screen is an object we can see. What is the use of the screen? To display. Display is a feature of the screen. Got it? Screen is an object. What is the use of the screen? To display. To display whatever you plug in, like we can watch movies, or we can program, so we can connect to the HDMI to the laptop and we can see the class, online classes or not. That feature and object is there. Slight difference between an attribute and a feature. Feature is nothing but the functionality of that object. Okay, here wheel is a attribute, or else let's say we can take it as an object only. What is the use of the wheel? Okay, we cannot open or close with the wheel, right? Each feature or each attribute has some set of features. Okay, is it clear? So ఏమైనా అర్థం కాకపోయినా ఎనీ లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలుగులో అడిగినా నాకేం నో ఇష్యూస్. బట్ నేను చెప్పేది తెలుగులో చెప్తే మీకు అర్థమయ్యేటప్పుడు మీకు తెలుగులోనే అర్థం చేసుకుంటారు. ఓకే, సో try to concentrate here. So if you have any queries, just come up with the questions. Any language is fine. Okay, but for the sake of understanding, so I'm just giving a generic example. Okay, if you take a mobile also in place of car, here mobile have this screen and this panel and camera. So what is the use of the screen? Display. We cannot display using camera. We'll capture using the cameras. Here capturing the thing is nothing but a feature. Camera is an object. See, or camera attribute or object, you can take anything. Okay, property. So for the sake, so you are confusing, right? Prop. We can call it as a property. Property or so, but that is a physical thing. Class is a logical thing. Means like that's a blueprint only. So how, what is the model? Like iPhone 7, let's say it should have 4.7 mm length, and it should like 100 grams or 125 grams. So there are some characteristics before designing anything, right? Those, that plan is nothing but a blueprint. Clear? So if you have any queries, just ask me. So in OOP is nothing but object oriented programming. This C# is object oriented programming. What is an object oriented programming? So everything deals with classes and objects only. Everything deals with object. That is nothing but object oriented programming. See, OOP, in OOP, a class defines properties, fields, methods, events, etc. So this is a programming term. So if you see, let me open my Visual Studio. So let me file new project. I'm just creating a new. See guys, so console application, click on next. So let me give class object demo. Okay, so I'm just giving our project name R with the respective topics. Today we are discussing class object, right? Class object demo. Click on next. Here .NET Framework 5.4, like 3.4 will select because of these new features. Okay, I think it's fine. I'll install 3.1 on your machines. No worries. Just concentrate. If you open Visual Studio, some code will generate automatically. So this code will generated by this .NET Framework. Okay. See, let me add one more class to this. Right click, add class file. See, class. Okay, what is like demo? We can sure. Class and object. Let me add. I'll also check and come. Okay, 1 second. Just see guys, I just created one class file. So this is an auto generated class, but I just created one class file explicitly. So to get an idea, what is the class name? Class and object. Okay. So here, if you see, these are also like grayed out. See, because we are not using this. Okay. Let me remove this. Quick refactor and remove it. See, just concentrate here. What is a namespace? So namespace is nothing but to organize its built-in classes. Okay, this is a definition as per .NET MSDN. So we'll follow MSDN, right? Microsoft. This is an official website for Microsoft. Okay? MSDN. But if you see simply what is a namespace? Collection of classes. That's it. Okay. Even though the definition is .NET framework uses namespace to organize its built-in classes. Organize its built-in classes. So we can call simply collection of classes. Because in namespace we'll have n number of classes. One class is console.writeLine. See, let me type in console. Why it is not coming? See, to use a console class, what is the potential fix it is displaying? So console is part of, I told you in day one. See, that's why I have removed and see, console is one class. Class system.console. Console is one class. So here we have class and object. This is a class. Okay, this is a class, predefined class, which was which we are using from .NET framework. Okay, we didn't write this console, right? It is coming automatically from using system. Using system is nothing but namespace. In that namespace, we have number of classes. Okay, if you let me click on F12 or else go to definition. See, guys, console is a class, right? Which is a part of clear. See, so this is one class. Similar like these are all those class properties. Okay, so here if you see what is a class, blueprint for an specific object. Okay, that is fine till then. Okay, we can take R as an example. If you let's say if anyone asks you what is a class, first you should tell the definition, then you should explain. If you take any mobile, car, bike, anything or pen, anything you can take and you should explain that. Okay, so if you take a pen, so if you take a pen, so the cap, outer body and the inner refill is nothing but those are all objects, right? So you should take that example, any example, if you take that example and explain to an interview, so they will think like, so, okay, you know the concept. Okay, definition anyone can tell. You can mug up and tell. So you can by heart and tell. So okay, class is a logical representation. What is meant by logical representation? If you take one example and explain, okay, this outer plan is nothing but a logical representation, and what are all the things we can visualize is nothing but a physical thing, an object. Okay, clear? So, so what is a namespace? So, .NET framework uses namespace. Why? What is use of namespace? To organize, see guys, to organize its built-in classes. We have built-in means already predefined classes. So we call it as a collection of classes. So more than one class is nothing but collection. So single class we cannot call it as a collection, right? So there are two types of namespaces. I just explained you. See, in our console class and object, this is our class. We have created this class file, right? Nothing but user defined class. Here console is nothing but system defined class, because system generated this console. I didn't create, you did create, right? So this is nothing but a system defined classes, and class and object. This is like we have created the class. That is what user defined class. Okay, two types of classes. Just concentrate, guys. Simple topic. I don't go much. These are all the today's topic. I'll explain it programmatically. What is a class? What is an object? And what is a namespace? Just get an idea. Namespace is nothing but simply collection of class. What is a class? Blueprint of to an object. What is an object? Physical representation of a class. There is a link between namespace and object. So let me type. Are you getting the point? You? Yeah, go on. If you are not getting anything, just let me ask. Okay? So you can ask me. I'm here to help you only, because if you ask this class tomorrow my topic is like, okay, OOPS concept. To learn OOPS concept, you should know what is a class, what is an object. So everything, this is an object-oriented programming. So you should get a clarity on what is an object and what is a class first. Then we'll go further. Okay. See here, if you see, so let's say if you take this as a namespace, or else see. Let me take a new one. See guys, so let's say what is a namespace? I'm just giving you to understand the overview. That's it, right? So if you take this as a namespace, okay, consider this as a namespace. This triangle, okay. What is a namespace? Definition: collection of classes, right? Let's say this is a class. This is a class. This is a class. Let's say, just to understand, okay, I'm just giving a rough example. So let's say this is class 1. Okay, so this is one class. Class 2. Class 3 and so on, let's say. Okay, class 1, class 2, class 3. So collection of classes in namespace, or .NET framework uses this namespace to manage what to manage built-in classes, right? See the definition. .NET framework uses namespace to organize its built-in classes. Organize means use. We can use the class and we can write or read anything, right? Organization. So if you take organize, if you're organizing on function, let's say, means like it will include everything, right? Including from starting to ending, you're organizing that event. If you take event management or something, so if you heard about event managers, what their duty from starting to ending, let's say they will arrange the program, they will arrange the food, they will arrange the parking sections, everything. So organizing. So here, namespace is to organize a built-in classes. Okay, to organize means we have in framework we have number of classes. That's why they are going to organize that. So collection of classes is nothing but a namespace simply. So what is a class then? Blueprint for objects. Then what is an object? Physical representation. See, so let's say class can have what are the modules, properties, fields. We can call it as a class member. Okay, I'm just telling you, inside this class, so inside this class we have properties. So a number of things. What is there inside the class? We call it as a class properties or class members. Okay. What is the scope of class members? I told you. What is the scope? What is the default access modifier for a class member? Data type. I'm telling modifiers: private, public, protected, and
internal.
What is the default access modifier for a class member? It should be private. Okay, because see, these objects are confined to this class. So we can take this. Okay, so just concentrate, guys. You can note it down also, no issues, because note it down. So default access modifier for a class. So Prakash and Raghavendra, are you getting the point, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
have
getting,
any
sir.
queries?
Yes, sir, getting.
Okay, fine. Just acknowledge me if I forgot or something. Okay. See, what is so default access modifier for a class member? See, private. If you give access modifier or not, it will take default access modifier as a private. Default access modifier. What is the default access modifier for a class member? Private. What is the default access modifier for a class?
Internal.
Any guesses? Fine. Sorry? Yeah, public. Correct. This is not public case. Internal. Public for constructor, right? See, that is what, like, if you have a knowledge or idea about a previous class, just try to concentrate. So that is one of my methods. So I'll provide the material today. Okay, just read it down. Default access point for a class, internal. So class can contain properties, method, fields, and most important thing is constructor. Note it down. Constructor is also a member of a class. What is the default access modifier for constructor? Public. This is most important thing, guys. Just concentrate. So I'll write it down here. Constructor. This is the most important thing. Today's topic as well. Constructor. What is the access modifier? Default access modifier for a constructor is public. Okay, guys, just concentrate here. So, what is the default access modifier for a class? Internal. Just remember that. If you give access modifier or not, by default, it will take internal. What is the default access modifier for a class member? Okay. So then, what is the default access modifier for a constructor? Public. So okay, these three very important things. Okay, so I'll explain you in a programmatic way. See, so here, if you see, I didn't give any access modifier to this class. So by default, it will take internal. Internal as a access modifier. Okay, so let's say I have a class. In this, I'll take one method. Let's say private void. Void means null. It won't return anything. For private void. So access modifier, return type, method name we should do. Display, let's say. See guys, open close bracket and open close flower brace, right? See, this is the scope of a method. Method line starting from here and ending this line. Private void display. Here private is a access modifier, void is a return type, and display is a that method name. See, so method is a part of this is a sure. So what are we have a class and class member, right? What are class members? Is method constructor is also part of a class member only. But try to concentrate method. First we'll talk about method. This is a method, right? Private void display open and close. We call this as a display method, right? Display is the name of that method. So this is like a method. What is the default access for modifier for a class member? So if I give private access modifier or not, it will take by default as a private. Okay. I don't want to give anything. Okay. Just concentrate. Default access modifier for a class. Internal. Okay. See, I want to take one variable. So class members are one. We discussed method. Next one is field or variable. We can call it as anything. So I want to take integer value, numeric value, int student number is equal to see here integer data type student number is a variable name or we can what is identifier also but name of that variable student number is equal to 10. 10 is a value. So this is nothing but a field. Next one is property. These are all class members, guys. Okay. Property. You want to generate any property. PROP tab tab. This is a shortcut. Instead of writing public int my property get set, we can type in PROP tab tab. Double click on this tab tab button. It will generate that code. See, public. Instead of int, I'll take a string. What is my property? Name. Name only I should give string, right? If it is a number, I should give. See, we have missed one thing. Okay. So here, public void display. Okay. Text. So why it is not taking this property inside this method? So property is because of this public access point there. So let me give outside this. Okay. See. So why? So you said like what is the default access point for a class member is private. We have covered method, field, and a property. So what is the use of a method? Method is nothing but some functionality, right? So inside the class, I have a display. Display method is nothing but its functionality to display something, right? If you give, let's say, public void add, let's say, what is the functionality of the method? To add two numbers or three numbers, anything. The functionality to add. So similar like here I gave just to understand, okay, display. So class members method is like one functionality. Let's say if you take your smartphone, if you open any app, let's say App Store or Google Store, what is the functionality of the Google Store? To download any application, right? Similar like here display means to display something. Whatever you can type in inside this, or if you write 100 or 1000 lines of code here, it will display those 1000 lines of code functionality. Here I want to display, see guys, console dot right line. To display anything we should use console dot right line of, see what is the details like student number is, we should concatenate, right? We should add the student number. Plus is a concatenation operator. Student, every line ends with a semicolon. See here, I'm using the student number here. See, so the student number is confined to this method. So the student number I have declared inside the display method. We cannot use outside this display method, right? Let's say, if you see, try to concentrate, guys. I have one more method, void show. See, what is console dot right line of student. So let's say he is like BTech student, let's say. He is like a BA student, let's say, or a BA student. For your understanding only, I've just segregated that. See, I want to use a student number. Can we access from here, from there to here? Can we access student number in void show method?
No, why did not?
That is to return. Okay, I want to use a student number. Here I am displaying, I am printing in the console application, right? I am not returning any value. Just I am displaying in a console application. Can we use the student number inside the show method? Because student number is part of display method, and I want to display, I want to print that student number in show method. Can we see student name number? I'm talking about not a student name. Just forget about this for now. Student number, it is not displaying because that student number is local to the display. If you want, we cannot use that. See, we cannot use the student number outside display method here because which is limited to this scope because of private access modifier. Because student number is private by default. Let's say, let me give public. Will it take or not? We'll see. It is not taking because, see, public, it is not taking. Let me give public to this method also. Will it take? Because the access, what is because of the access modifier. So because if you give inside one method, the access modifier, it should be like a see private. So if you give private also, what is the error? The class cannot be inherited, or else if you see student number doesn't exist. So no need to give any access modifier because by default access modifier for a class member is private. That too, we have confined the student number within the display method. See guys, so if you practice any program, you should try all these. First, you should give public. Why it is not taking? We should give internal. Let's say not take private. It is also not taking because by default it is private. No need to give explicit a private access modifier. See, I just want to use the student number in show as well. Show method as well. See, let me cut this from here. I'll give this outside the method and within the class file. So see, can I use this now? Can I use this now? Yes, no. Guys, those are in online.
Yes.
Can I use the student number now or not?
Yeah, we can.
Why?
Yes, sir. It is within the class, right?
Correct. So that's a good answer. Like, see, now I move that student number outside this method. See, this method is starting ending. Let's say this void is from starting ending here, but which is like class level. This is now student number is a class level field. I'm just moving out from display. I just moved this student number from display and I have declared that outside the method and inside the class. From here to here, I can use the student number anywhere. Is it clear, guys? See,
Yes.
student. See. So what is the scope now? You can clearly visualize. See, so because I just declared this student number outside these methods. If you give that student number inside this method, we cannot use outside this display. If I use this if I declare this in a class level, we can use within the class. Is it clear? Even though that access modifier is private only now, also the access modifier is private within the class. Previously private within that method. From outside the class, we can't use this. Okay, clear? Any doubts? Do you want me to repeat it again? Very important, guys. Class, method, objects, fields. These are all basic things and very important things. Clear? Guys, Prakash and Raghavendra, can I go for the next topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Sure.
sir.
Thank you. So, see, we have covered field, method and a property. Property is nothing but C. Here string this is a field. This is a property. Property syntax C. This is a data type. Property name. Get set. Get means to retrieve. Set means to assign a value. See, in a generic term, what is a get? Get means you want to get something. Get is nothing but to retrieve, to get this, to get, to display or to get the value. Set is meant to set a value to this student name. See guys, so here also the default access modifier is private, but if you see the naming convention, .NET follows a camel casing, but for a variable or a field, starting with a small letter, student N is like capital. But when it comes to property, yes should be a capital letter, starting with capital letter and followed by the capital letter as well. Okay, because a property we should give a capital letter casing. Okay, so we have two types of property. This is a normal property and this second one is auto implemented property. What is the difference between a normal property and an auto implemented property? So because if you see, this is an automated property actually. See, because when I type in prop tab, let's say double salary. So here I don't have any code inside this open and close brace, just get settled. See here, if you see what is a property and what is automated property, I'll tell you clearly now. See guys, I'm just segregating this for the sake of understanding. See, okay. So I'll take one more field, string, student, variable should start with a small letter followed by capital letter. Student name is, let's say, John. See, here I want what is a property and what is an auto implemented property. There is a slight difference. See, if you want to set anything, the syntax will be like set, we should give variable student number equal to or student name, sorry, student name. This is a syntax, guys. Return. See, so if you compare this property and an auto implemented property doesn't have any code inside this open and close brace. Let's see, just get set. Means like it will take, it will set the property automatically, it will get the property automatically. So there's no code inside that. If you take this property, so if you see string student name, yes, starts with a capital letter, and here I'm using a field inside a property. See guys, so don't confuse here. So property should start with a capital letter. Inside the property, I'm using a small student name because in property we cannot return directly. We should use a variable or a field inside a property to set or get the value. But if you see the naming convention, both names should be same except the first letter. First letter of a property should start with a capital letter. First letter of a field should start with a small letter. This is a real-time naming convention. Okay, if you go, if you work in any project also, you should give that variable name, whatever it may be, student name, mobile number, mobile name, like employee name, anything, car name, you should give property name as car name as C capital, N capital, and variable name C small and N capital. Both should be same. So here if you see student name, let me take this as a student instead of name. Let's say I take NME, let's say name. So it will accept, it won't give any error. But this is not a proper way. The property name and the variable name should be same, except the first letter, that is casing letter. Okay, is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
So can you explain one more?
1 second, guys. I can't hear you. Yeah. Do you want me to repeat it again?
Yes, sir.
See. So what is a property? Property. So there is a difference between property and a field. See, field we cannot use outside the class. Property we can use outside the class because property every time we use public properties. See, guys, even though by default this access modifier is private, okay, but if you want to access anything within the class, if you want to access a class members from outside the class, we should decorate that with a public property. So you can ask a query. So why can't we decorate field as a public? It will accept. It won't throw any error. But as per we have few rules, few set of rules. Right? Every programming language has set of rules. Here also, we shouldn't use a variable or a field outside the class. If you want to accept that variable outside the class with the help of property only. See, this student name I'm using inside this property means I'm accessing this student name internally, right? With the help of this property. Is it clear? I'm accessing variable student name means like small thing. This one I'm accessing this student name with the help of this property. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, so this is a normal property. So then what is an auto implemented property? Public double salary get set. There is no code inside this open and close thing. So get and set. It will get the data and it will set the data. First it will set, then only it will get. Without setting, without assigning any value, we cannot get the value, right? First it will execute a set method, then it will go to get method. So how we can use this? So let me access this from program.cs. So to access anything, so I want to access class and objects class. What is the first step? So detail instance, first step is like we should create an object. Main thing, if you want to access any class file, first we should create a memory space to that object. So see guys, class, what is our class name and object? CO is equal to new. See, this is our class name, right? I want to access these class members from outside the class. C is equal to new class object. I told you already. CO is an object name. Where create new will create a memory location, and the class and object is nothing but so yeah, correct. Constructor. See, here we don't have any parameters. We call it as a default constructor. See, let me go to the definition. Go to definition. See, what is a constructor? Constructor. So see, what is a constructor? Here, see to constructor is nothing but special type of method, which is a special, which is also a method, special.
Transferring the data from the class to
So what is so yeah? So what is a constructor? Constructor is also a method. which is a part of a class, right? Constructor is also a method, but which is a special type of method. What is meant by special type of method? We have a method. What is a special type? It doesn't have any written type. Constructor name must be same as
Class name.
correct. Constructor name same as class name. See how to create a constructor. Constructor name same as class name. See, class and object. See, I'm just giving constructor name same as class name. So if you see a normal method, what is the syntax for a normal method? Access modifier, return type, and a method name. Here, method name is like class name and constructor name should be same. If you didn't give anything, what is the default access modifier for a constructor? Public. Correct. Default access modifier for a constructor is public. So we cannot use void or return type anything because constructor doesn't have any return type. If it is a void, int, string, anything, so it won't accept any return type. That is why we call it as a special type of method. See, what is the error? Name cannot be same of the enclosing type because class and method we cannot give any return type. Is it clear, guys? Clear? Okay. Yeah, you can ask, no issues. See, constructor is nothing but a special type of a method. Then what is the use of constructor? See, I'm in program.cs, I'm creating an object. Here new is to create a memory location. Class and object is nothing but constructor only. If you see, this is not a class name. New constructor name. See, if I go and click on go to definition, where it navigated to the constructor. See, so if I didn't give this constructor name, by default this class will generate a default constructor because class name and constructor name is same. Guys, default constructor is nothing but you don't have any parameters inside this brace. See guys, concentrate here. Right click, go to definition. Because I didn't declare any constructor there, it will go to the class. See, because class in runtime it will generate a default constructor automatically. Okay, is it clear? See, if I uncomment this, and go to here, let me right click and go to definition. Where it navigated? Constructor. See, if you create class object OB is equal to new class object. So here CO is an object name of class and object. New is for to create a memory location for this constructor. Constructor is nothing but class. Okay, is it clear? Guys, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Prakash, are you getting the point or any queries?
Yes, sir. Getting, sir.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, guys, any queries? Do you want me to repeat it again? See, okay. I just created an object. Okay. I want to access a method, display method, let's say. Object name dot. See, it is not displaying, it is not showing in the IntelliSense display or show. Why? See, it is, I have display method and show method. Why it is not displaying from program.cs file? Because of
Because
this.
they are private
Sorry?
modifier.
Yes, correct. because by default display method is private, right? If I give public, see, just concentrate guys. Here show method is private, display method is public. So CO, when I type in dot, can I say display? Because of the access levels. Public we can access from outside the class, but private within that class or within that method. Here I gave display method within the class file. See, class is starting from here, which is ending here, right? See, within this class we can access because of the private access modifier. If we want to access outside the class, this is program.cs is one class file and class and object is another class file, two class files. I want to access class and object, this class files from program.cs. I should decorate that method with the public, then only I can access. See guys, console, you want to hold that console, you should use console.readline. It will hold the cursor. See, I'll put a breakpoint. This is called a breakpoint. It will stop there for execute. If we execute something, it will stop there. Just concentrate, guys, how the program is executing. See, program execution starts from
Main method.
method. Program execution starts from main method. If you write 1000 lines of code, the first starting point is main only. Clear? Here, this is a main. That's why the first point it was hit is like executed is main method. So let me go next step. To go next step, step over. Okay. I am creating an object for class and object. So I'm creating an object for this class or constructor. See, let me go inside this. If you want to go inside, step into. So where it went? This class, right? So first it will allocate memory for all. So let me put a breakpoint up here as well. Let me stop execution and see. See guys. So F11. So it is executing. Where it came? Constructor. Then it went back to the program.cs. So I'm trying to access co.display. It came to display method. It executed that console. The BTech student number is the student number and console.readline. And let me continue. See, I am accessing display method. Inside the display method, I am accessing student number variable from outside the class, right? I'm accessing from program.cs to student and object class. Is it clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. See, so just explain. So I'll explain this once again. Just concentrate, guys. First, within this class, what are all the private fields? First, those are executed and those were saved into that memory location. What is our memory location? CO. CO is an object. Our address to that memory location. See, and OB, then it came into here. So let me execute or let me install. Sorry, let me declare one variable here. Double salary equal to 50,000. That's it. See, I just declared this variable inside the constructor. So first it will execute these two variables, then it will come to constructor and it will display here. So let me type in student number is concatenating student name is 1 second guys. What is the auto hide? Okay, student name is plus student name, okay, plus salary is plus salary Can I access a salary? See, that the salary is nothing but I want to access small salary, like small as salary. This is a property. This is public, I can access. See guys, I want to access salary. It is not showing because that salary scope is inside that constructor. See. So if I want to use this salary, it should be correct. Outside the constructor, inside the class, within that class, we can access. So let me take you to the next line. See now, I start typing SA. Can I see? Okay, salary. Just concentrate, guys. I'll execute this again and see how it is navigating. Let me go next step. It will create an object for this class. First, it will create or it will execute those fields, and it will come to the constructor and it will execute. I don't have anything inside the constructor. That is a separate topic. Maybe tomorrow's class I'll explain. We have different types of constructor. This is a default constructor. Okay. See, I want to access display method. Inside this display, it will execute the line and it will show like student number is 10, student name is John, salary is 50,000. See, I want to use this statement in show method as well. Okay. See, I will declare this with public to access outside the class. CO dot C. So next step. First, it will assign a value and it will store it in that OC object. Okay. Fine. First, it will go to CO dot display. See, it will execute the code which is inside the display. It will come back there. And if you see, what is the next line? CO dot show. Again, it will go to show. It will execute and it will display all these. Here, if you see, for both the objects, 10, student name is John, salary is 50,000, same. Here, then clearly saying like, what is the use of a variable? Reusability. See, I am using same variables in display and show method. So, right. See, guys, I am using same variables. What is there inside my class? So here we can achieve reusability. So no need to type 10 John 50,000, 10 John 50,000. That's I can use the same variable name n number of times within the class. Is it clear? So here display method. So BTech students, let's say this is like BE students. Instead of student number, can I give like organization number? Organization number. See, if you take any college, so you'll have a degree, you will have a BTech, you will have intermediate, you will have from class 9 to 10. So some organizations, some universities will offer from KG to PG. See, for every student, the institution name is same, institution number is same, or institution address is same. See, I'll take the same example here. Organization name, organization number, let's say. organization name, organization fee, let's say. Okay, see, organization number, let's say 100. Organization name is, let's say, JNTU H, let's say. Okay, and organization fee, let's say minimum entry for every student, maybe on an average, will take 20,000. Okay, so here, organization number, organization name, and fee. So here, JN, so we'll change that. Okay, so here instead of this BTech organization, like JNTU or number is or else organization number is and university university name is and entry fee, we can call entry fee is, let's say, for just for an understanding only, I'm just giving this. So here organization name, organization number is, so this time I want to take not a JNP, like we'll take OU. Okay, or else we'll take the same. Okay, organization name is, sorry, organization number is and university organization or university number, you can call it as a university number as well, anything is fine. University number is, university name is, and entry fee. So let's say university number is, university fees is. So this is for, let's say, BTech. You can call it a specialization, right? You can call it specialization. Specialization. For, or else we can take BTech. Here we'll take BSc. Fine.
Organization number.
And the properties applicable will changes to student name.
Okay, okay. I'll change that. What is the error with this print name? So maybe. So for now, I'll comment this. Okay, we'll discuss it. Yeah. For your understanding only, so I'm just doing this. So let's see. Let's continue and see what is the output. So for BTech, university name is same, university number is same, university name is same, and fee is same. For BSc students also, university number is same, because here the university number is common for every student. If it is a BTech, BSc, Polytechnic, or PG, MSc, MTech, anything. So here, for this reason, I store these in a variable, and I'm using the same variable for each and every student, like different categories of students. Okay, for BTech students, I'm using the same variable. For BSc students, I'm using the same variable. See, here we can achieve a reusability simply, right? Is it clear, guys? Do you want me to explain it again? For reusability purpose only I did this. Okay, this is not an actual statement to be frank, but for BTech this is same. So to continue without go step by step, see for BTech university number is same, university name is same, and entry fee is same. And for BSc also same. If you take n number of things, I'm not writing the variable name again and again. I'm using this variable name. I'm not giving any value. Or I'm assigning the value once and I'm using twice here. Means like reusability variables. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Raghavendra and
Yeah, sir.
Sanjay?
Clear.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sure. So I'll take a pause here for today. Tomorrow we'll discuss about a constructor. We have default constructor, parameterized constructor, static constructor, copy constructor. We have different types of constructor that altogether a separate topic. So I'll take a pause here. If you have any queries, just you can raise your points now.
So,
Is it fine?
yeah,
Yeah.
sir. Class is fine. One more question. Like for constructor, you said default access modifier would be public, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, and again, you have mentioned here public for the constructor.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
30,
That's
yeah.
that's a
So,
valid thing. See, just concentrate here. So I removed a public access modifier. So if it is not a public, it should throw an error in program.cs, right?
yes.
See, what it is taking, it is inaccessible due to its protection level because by default, by default, it is a private because it is a part of a class. It will treat it as a, so it will treat this as a class member. See, just try to concentrate. If it is a public, so this will treat like a class member. So this will treat like a class member, even though this acts by default, this accessibility level is public. When it comes to inside the class, by default, it will treat like a private. So we should give explicitly, then only it will take it like a public. So you can ask a question like, sir, so you said like by default, its access modifier is public. Why you are explicitly defining? Because so if it is inside the scope of a class without this access modifier, this is like member of a class, right? This will treat like a public. See, you are creating an object not for a class, you are creating an object for constructor. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So we are not creating an object for a class. So we are creating an object for constructor. That's why. So it is taking default access modifier as a public, but we should define it explicitly. So then what is the difference between the default access modifier and this public access modifier? If you didn't give this access modifier as a public or anything, it is taking a member of a class and it is treating it like a private. Okay. See, go to definition. So if you see class file and go to definition, it will go to the constructor only. It will come in here. Okay. So maybe tomorrow I'll explain you different types of constructors so that you will get an idea. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah. So from tomorrow onwards, I'll start like sharp 9 only. It's okay. Today, so we got few some late because of this link and my availability of 15 minutes to 20 minutes of late. So guys, tomorrow using the same link, you can join before 5 minutes, like 5 to 9. Okay, I'll start sharp 9 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So any queries, guys? Raghavendra, Prakash.
No, sir. Clear.
Yeah, I'll explain you so that you will get a clarity tomorrow. So different types of constructors. Okay. So today we have discussed about a class and object, property, fielder property, constructor, default constructor, a method, and a auto implemented property and a normal property. Okay. So at least I'll make some time today and I'll prepare this in a PPT. So at least these 3 days class I will prepare today. I have all your mails. I will send it to you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So if you have any queries, you can ask me.
Along with that,
If
send
you,
this video.
if you want to, sorry.
Along with that, send this video also, sir. Just recorded.
Yeah, this recordings, this
The
recording
class.
session, maybe they'll forward it to you. Okay,
Okay.
that is fine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, but before
Thank you.
that, just be ready with your machines and prepare this example. Okay, this is a small thing. You should play with these class objects. Okay, just declare your own name. Let's say take some other like student, instead of student, take an employee, employee number, employee name, and employee salary. Just type in and play with this example. You will get some idea how to type and how it is navigating. Put a breakpoint, go next step into, and you'll get an idea. So tomorrow, so that's it for today. Tomorrow's agenda is constructors and a where keyword. Instead of typing in string double boolean, we have a where. It will take all the data types. Okay. I'll explain you tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
That's it for today. So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you tomorrow then. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.